Now, your 41 NBC AccuWeather forecast, presented by Volume Chevrolet.
Well, we saw another hot day here in middle Georgia, but things really starting to cool off quickly this evening thanks to some pretty dry air that is in place. This is looking out on our 41 sky view overlooking downtown Dublin this evening, where we got a little bit of a breeze, but mostly it's all about that lower humidity allowing us to cool off relatively quickly tonight. Right now sitting at 72 degrees. Dew points are in the mid-50s, so we are going to continue to see that dry air hanging out in place, and that did allow us to warm up into the mid-90s earlier today. 96 degrees, our official high temperature, but really what I want you to look at is that we start out the day at 60 degrees, so a cool start to the day. Probably not going to be nearly that cold as we are starting our day for tomorrow, so just be ready for some mid-60s out there on the way. Otherwise, right now sitting in those middle 70s, 74 in Macon, 72 in Dublin, and seeing 72 in Forsyth as well. But this is the big story as we are heading into the rest of the week. This high pressure is just kind of hanging out over much of the eastern portion of the U.S. This is sending all of these showers and storms well to our north, and it's just going to kind of be a blocking high for us. So it's going to block out all of that rain. However, at the same time, we're also going to see some record high temperatures possible as this just kind of hangs out with us. So you can see it not moving a whole lot through the day for tomorrow. We're going to heat up very quickly. Highs for tomorrow making it back to around 100 degrees. The good news is low humidity. So it's not going to be like when we hit 100 last week. It's going to feel a lot better than that. Feel maybe a little bit cooler than 100 as we're moving through the day. Now, as we're moving into Wednesday, you'll start to notice more showers and storms kind of trying to push down where this high pressure is. That's going to start to break down that ridge as we're heading into the end of the week. So by Thursday, we're actually going to see a lot more moisture back in the area, but I think that our rain chances are going to hold off until Friday. For the rest of tonight, temperatures will be dropping into those middle 60s, 67 degrees by around 5 a.m. So definitely kind of a cool start out there. But you take a look at the forecast through the rest of the day tomorrow, it's just going to be hot. 91 degrees by around noon, 97 by around 3 p.m. as we are taking a look at our muggy cast for the rest of the week. This is where we've got our good news. We're going to stay with that dry air all the way through Wednesday evening. However, by Thursday, we're going to start to kind of tick back up into the humid and very humid range, and that's really going to be the story for the weekend, which does mean that our dangerous heat index values are going to also return, because by Thursday we're looking at highs around 104. Friday and Saturday, that's where it's going to start to feel really bad out there. So you take a look at our extended forecast out here. We start to bring in the shower chances for Friday, so that's going to push in from that sea breeze, but it's going to be more of a summertime scattered shower kind of deal for Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday of next week. Now, the good news with the rain is at least it's going to cool us off back into the middle 90s for next week. So that's pretty much what we're calling a cool down now as we are heading into the end of June. In just 10 seconds, I'll have a look at our 7-day forecast.
At Volume Chevrolet, get oil changes for life, plus a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Visit Volume Chevrolet, I-75 exit 187 in Forsyth. That's VolumeChevrolet.com.
And here's your 41 NBC AccuWeather 7-day forecast, sponsored by Volume Chevrolet. Temperatures will be hanging out in the hundreds as we head through the rest of the week. Wednesday and Thursday could be some potential record breakers at 104 and 105, but the good news is once that rain starts coming back into the forecast, our temperatures come back down into those middle 90s.
For weather updates on the go, download the 41 NBC AccuWeather app and follow 41 NBC on Facebook and Twitter.